Think about the framing of a house. You build solid walls to keep the outside out. But when you install a patio door, you are essentially cutting a massive hole into your home's primary defense system. In Dayton, that opening has to endure an absolutely brutal gauntlet. We get extreme freeze-thaw cycles that warp materials, followed by heavily humid summers that test every seal. You want that beautiful, seamless connection between your living room and the backyard. But if the installation isn't perfect, you're trading that view for a permanent, uncomfortable draft that costs you every month in energy bills. It is incredibly tempting to hire the fastest, cheapest bit to get the job done over a weekend. The problem is, you usually don't discover the resulting structural rot until the snow melts the following spring. Protecting this vulnerability means you have to trade the immediate convenience of a low-cost bid for the friction of properly vetting your contractor. Let's look at exactly how these failures happen, especially during an unpredictable Ohio spring melt, when water finds every single weakness. This diagram shows a cross-section of a standard patio door sill. If an installer misses the drainage channels, water pools invisibly inside the frame structure. When that trapped moisture meets improper flashing, it bypasses the house wrap and enters your interior wall cavity. Add in the repeated freeze-thaw cycles of a Montgomery County winter, and cheap weather stripping degrades fast. Eventually, the tracks warp, making the door physically difficult to open and close. Because these are micro-failures hidden behind drywall and trim, they almost always go unnoticed until black mold or wood rot has taken firm hold of your framing. Saving a few $100s on the initial installation cost simply defers the pain, multiplying it into a massive structural repair bill down the road. To prevent that, you need a strict vetting process. Your absolute first filter for a local contractor is verifying compliance with Ohio House Bill 614. This law sets a state-mandated minimum requirement. Any contractor working on your home must carry at least $500,000 in general liability insurance. They also need active workers' compensation coverage for every single crew member that steps onto your home's property. If a worker slips on ice while carrying a 200-pound glass panel and the contractor is uninsured, you personally assume the financial liability for those medical bills. You can avoid these risky fly-by-night operations by exclusively targeting manufacturer-authorized dealers for premium door brands. Authorized dealer status proves the installation crew has undergone specific training directly from the manufacturer and actually adheres to their required installation standards. Demanding these specific, rigid credentials gives you a smaller pool of contractors to choose from, but it provides complete financial, legal, and operational protection. Once you have a contractor shortlist, you must acquire at least 3 highly detailed written patio door quotes. Reject any verbal estimates immediately. This matrix illustrates why dramatically lower bids are a trap. To achieve rock-bottom prices, contractors exclude critical elements like premium glass or proper weatherproofing. To make a fair comparison, ensure quotes map out identical specifications for frame material, glass type, and hardware. The quote should also explicitly list hidden operational costs, specifically any required structural framing modifications and the fees for pulling City of Dayton building permits. Look closely at the door's U-factor rating. This is the critical metric for measuring thermal efficiency and ensuring energy code compliance. The City of Dayton legally requires patio doors with more than half glass to meet a U-factor of 0.26 or lower. Comparing quotes is an analytical process to ensure identical structural and energy parameters are met. It should never be a race to the bottom line. Now let's look at the timeline decades after the installation crew leaves your property. This diagram breaks down how warranty coverage works. The manufacturer product warranty, shown here on the glass and hardware, covers factory defects. The contractor workmanship warranty covers surrounding installation elements, protecting you against human errors like poor sealing and water infiltration. The harsh reality is that most patio door failures in Ohio happen because of poor workmanship, not a defective factory part. A contractor willing to offer a robust multi-year workmanship warranty alongside the product warranty is providing ultimate proof of their local climate expertise. During vetting, you will encounter behavioral red flags that should immediately end negotiations. High-pressure sales tactics, like today-only discount ultimatums, are pure manipulation. You also take on immense financial risk if a contractor demands a large upfront cash payment, exceeding 30% of the total project cost. Finally, if the company lacks a verifiable physical showroom or business address in the Dayton area, post-installation problem-solving becomes nearly impossible. Any contractor exhibiting these behaviors, regardless of how attractive their quote appears, presents an unacceptable threat to your home's long-term value. The ideal path is clear. Prioritize verified local expertise, require comprehensive insurance, and secure strictly separated product and workmanship warranties. If you are simply looking for a cheap, temporary cosmetic fix to flip a house and don't care about long-term durability, you can ignore this entire process. But this rigorous, data-driven approach is designed explicitly for homeowners who demand secure property value for the next decade. You can bypass this grueling, time-consuming vetting process entirely by choosing a local institution that has already cleared these hurdles. Schaefer and Company perfectly aligns with every strict requirement we've just outlined. By choosing a company with over 70 years of proven local history, you trade the exhausting shopping phase for guaranteed execution. They provide immediate access to authorized manufacturer warranties and maintain a local service team built specifically to handle Dayton's demanding weather. Finalize your research by taking action today. Search for Schaefer and Company online, book a consultation, and permanently secure your home's exterior.